Well, the space object known as 3I Atlas just raced past the sun, and instead of answering our questions, the new images only made things even more confusing. Because if this object really is a comet, then it might be the strangest comet ever observed. And if it isn't a comet, then we may be watching something completely new enter our solar system. So the big question is, should we be worried? This story began back in July 2025. Astronomers using the Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile spotted a faint object moving incredibly fast, unlike anything they had seen before. That was our first glimpse of 3I Atlas. And immediately, scientists were full of questions. Where did it come from? What's its size? What is it made of? And most importantly, what exactly is this thing? At first glance, it almost looks like a tiny cell, something you might see under a microscope, with a bright center that looks like a nucleus and a fuzzy outer layer. But when scientists viewed it from a different angle, the mystery became clearer. That glow is actually a comet tail. Because it looks like and behaves like a comet, NASA eventually confirmed it. Yes, 3I Atlas really is a comet. But this comet is very unusual because it didn't come from our own solar system. It came from somewhere else in the Milky Way galaxy, and that is extremely rare. To put it into perspective, we have only ever observed 3 objects like this. The first 2 were Oumuamua and the comet Borisov, and now we have 3I Atlas. But you might be wondering how scientists know it came from outside our solar system. Normally, comets are gravitationally bound to the sun. They swing around it in long, looping orbits. But 3I Atlas isn't doing that. Its extreme speed and trajectory show that it is not locked into a closed orbit around the sun. The only reasonable explanation is that it came from another star system. It likely wandered into our solar system by pure chance. In other words, this object is just passing through, and it's doing so at an incredible speed. When it was first discovered, it was traveling at about 137,000 miles per hour. That means it probably spent millions of years drifting through interstellar space, all just to spend a few months inside our solar system. And once it leaves, it will disappear back into deep space forever. Recently, 2 European Space Agency satellites, along with several NASA spacecraft near Mars, captured new images of 3I Atlas as it flew past the red planet. One of those images is especially remarkable. It shows a massive cloud of hydrogen atoms surrounding the comet. Scientists were excited by this discovery. Every new detail we learn from this visitor is important. When you combine its behavior, chemistry, and the images we've collected, everything points to 3I Atlas being a comet. But even with that evidence, some controversial ideas have emerged. Not long after its discovery, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb suggested there was a 30 to 40% chance that the object might not be natural. That comment quickly spread online. People began speculating about extreme possibilities. Some wondered if it could be alien technology. Others feared it might even pose a threat to Earth. According to one theory, 3I Atlas could be a massive extraterrestrial mothership. Its unusual trajectory could mean it's deploying smaller probes toward Jupiter. These probes might be collecting information for an advanced alien civilization. In that version of the story, this isn't just a comet, it's advanced space surveillance technology. But then a reasonable question comes up. Why spy on Jupiter? Wouldn't Earth be far more interesting? According to the theory, Jupiter is the focus because it is so massive. It's much larger than Earth and the other nearby planets. That size could make it stand out as a beacon to distant civilizations. The region around Jupiter is also very stable. It's an ideal place for spacecraft to park with minimal fuel use. If you wanted to quietly observe a planetary system, that area would be prime real estate. It's an entertaining idea, but now it's time to return to reality. According to major space agencies, this object is a comet. Case closed. But that doesn't make it any less fascinating. 3I Atlas is still extremely unusual, and it stands out for several important reasons. Let's look at three of the biggest ones. First, this object is incredibly old. Scientists believe it has been traveling through space for at least 7 billion years. That means it formed before our Sun and Earth even existed. Yeah, it is too old object we've ever observed passing through our cosmic neighborhood. Second, it's its glow. Comets can sometimes appear green. This happens when sunlight interacts with carbon-based molecules released from the comet. One of these molecules is called diatomic carbon, or C2. When sunlight hits it, it glows green. But 3I Atlas doesn't fit that explanation perfectly. The data suggests it contains very little C2, so the question becomes, why is it glowing green at all? At the moment, no one knows. The third strange feature is its chemistry. This comet appears to be releasing a metal compound rarely seen in nature. It is emitting nickel. Nickel in comets is normal. What's strange is the absence of iron. Usually, nickel and iron appear together in similar amounts. Here, scientists see nickel, but no clear trace of iron. Yeah, it's pretty confusing. If the data's correct, it points to a compound called nickel tetracarbonyl. This substance has only been seen in human-made industrial processes. It has never been confirmed in a natural space object before. Now that you know what 3I Atlas is, we can answer the most important question. Is it dangerous? The answer is no. The comet poses no threat to Earth. It will remain very far away, so everyone can relax. Even though it's harmless, tracking this object has been incredibly valuable. Space agencies constantly monitor asteroids and comets. They calculate their orbits and watch for potential threats. 3I Atlas gave them a new challenge to practice with. 3I Atlas acted like a rehearsal. It helped researchers refine their tracking techniques, it improved detection methods, and it increased readiness. Because the next visitor might not be so friendly. That's it for today. If this satisfied your curiosity, consider liking the video and sharing it. And if you want to keep exploring, subscribe this channel and stay curious.